Welcome back for another video. We're back with a bite-sized experts video for Gameweek 19. Big shout out first of all to all the experts for getting their responses in during the Christmas period and the short turnaround. Let's get straight into it. We'll kick things off with the manager highlight. James Cresswell's regained the number 1 spot in the Experts League with a score of 54 points last game week and a green arrow to 1.1k. Did you manage to beat the Experts average of 47 points? Let's have a look at their transfer activity then. Lots of roll transfers this week, 41% taking 2 free transfers into Gameweek 20, 55% are spending 1 transfer and 4% making 2 transfers. It could be sensible to take 2 transfers into Gameweek 20 if your team can manage through Gameweek 19. It allows you to react to potential injuries or even Haaland's return if he's back, and of course Salah and Son's departure to AFCON and the Asian Cup respectively. It's an unfamiliar look to the most transferred players. This week they're only bringing in 9 players between them all, and Trent's the one heavily transferred in this week, with 42% having picked him up this week. 34% have dropped Tsimikas off the back of his injury, so the majority of them making that switch to Trent. Since Game Week 12, Trent's picked up 58 points, which is top in the league, 5 points clear of Solanke, who's in second with 53. 2% are picking up Solanke this week off the back of his hat-trick last game week. He's home to Fulham on Tuesday. Solanke is actually third among all forwards for expected goals this season with 9.5 xg. Richarlison's the second top transfer, but just 5% picking him up this game week. 4 goals in his last 3 games, he's banging in form and he's got a good fixture run ahead. His minutes have been a bit managed recently, an average of 68 minutes per game the last 3 starts. That aside, the question is, can he and Spurs maintain their form after Son leaves in a couple of game weeks? At 6.7 mil he's worth the punt to find out later. Interestingly, 3% have brought Nkunku in, Chelsea's goal scorer off the bench versus Wolves, and Jackson did have a really poor game. So could we see him make his full debut starting in Game Week 19? Chelsea's next 3 are Crystal Palace, Luton and Fulham, so they've got a nice run. If you're looking for a super differential, he's got the fixtures and he's only 1.9% owned. Darwin's been sold by 2%, understandable given how frustrating he's been. However, given the fixture against Burnley and the bench in last match, it could equate to a start in a game that surely has goals for Liverpool. If you've got Darwin, let us know in the comments if you're giving him one more game or if you're selling. Moving on to Game Week 19 Experts Captaincy. It's very decisive this week. 97% of the experts are captaining Salah, 1's captaining Haaland, 1 captaining Solanke and 1's captaining Son. FPLreview.com projections have Salah as the front runner with 7.1 points, and then it's Saka, Ødegaard, Son, Trent and Solanke. Pulling up the goal scorer odds for Game Week 19, which are always based on the assumption that the player starts, is Haaland top with a 52% chance, followed by Salah given a 46% chance of scoring any time. The reports are that Haaland still isn't in training yet, so it looks very unlikely that we'll see him this game week either. With Game Week 19 falling the day after Christmas, we'll get very little pre-deadline news as well. Darwin's in third on the goal scorer odds. Perhaps another reason to give him one more game. Son, Watkins and Solanke also among the top odds this week, as is a certain Cameron Archer for the first time this season. Not a bad week to play him at all, home to Luton. Onto the experts team, and there's been a few changes to the team. It's a 3-4-3 formation this week. In goal is Dubravka, the defence is Trent, Pedro Porro and Saliba. The midfield is Salah captain, Son, Gordon and Saka, and the front 3 is Watkins, Solanke and Archer. The bench is Areola, Gabriel, Taylor and Palmer. Archer versus Gabriel is one you could give either way, to be honest. We've got Archer starting over Gabriel, on the off chance of a rest for Gabriel. And there's still Arsenal defensive coverage in Saliba. Perfectly fine to start the double defence though for the West Ham game if that's your preference. Arsenal joint top on the clean sheet odds this week with Newcastle, both given a 45% chance. So Trent joins the team in place of Tsimikas, and Archer's back in the team in place of Darwin. Palmer drops last to the bench and he's going to miss Game Week 19 entirely through yellow card suspension. He'll be back for Game Week 20 against Luton. So Watkins has actually overtaken Salah for ownership as well, which is incredible. Albeit Watkins 99% owned and Salah 98%. The experts template's very strong at the moment. We've got Palmer and Son over 90% owned, and we've got Saka, Pedro Porro both over 80% owned. It's going to be very interesting to see how the team shakes up in a couple of weeks when Salah and Son are off. Make sure you're subscribing to follow this series for the rest of the season to help guide your team. Let's move on to the experts tips and insight for Game Week 19. Here's what they had to say this week. Panico says the training advice is to replace Salah and Son with Trent and Richarlison respectively. This may be not clear cut as Salah and Son are talismans, so it's going to be interesting to see how their teams play without them, and whether Spurs and Liverpool will have the same potency up front. FPL John says with Haaland's potential return from injury and some key players leaving for AFCON and the Asian Cup, Son and Salah in particular, keeping your free transfers available over the next few game weeks will be key to avoiding unnecessary hits. Make a plan for how you're going to navigate through these key player changes. Alex says, I'm leaning towards Simicast to Trent. The alternative is to roll a transfer and start Archie versus Luton, but I think I'll make the transfer as Trent has a bigger upside. And lastly, Marco says, Happy Christmas to every FPL manager at the best time of the year. Eat, drink and be merry, and may your arrows be green. And I'll echo that one from Marco. Have a great Christmas everyone. We'll be live here for the deadline on Tuesday as well. See you then.